Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I think it's safe to say we live in the upside down times. The Dr. Phil Cash Me Outside girl was asked to speak at Oxford University, and the Yankee Marshal still has an audience. Now, we've found that there is nothing more upside down than gun control myths and the people who believe them. And that's what today's show is all about.
Exactly. Gun control does not work.
If this is you, then your stupidity keeps good men up at night. But then again, without you, we'd have no one to laugh at, save for those Yankee Marshal fans, of course. So sit back, grab you an Impossible Whopper flipped in beef grease, and let's start the show. Let's get straight to one of the biggest gun control myths of them all. The myth that gun-free zones and gun-free signs will stop crime and shootings. There are some pretty big holes in this logic, so let's change your mind because the other one, well, that's clearly broken. Trust me, there was a thought in your head, it would die from loneliness. If signs were all that we needed to stop criminals and shootings, then we could replace all the police academies with Kinkos.
We have technology.
Wait a second, Kinkos still exists, right? Because otherwise we're gonna be in a bit of a pickle. Well, anyways, back to the topic at hand. Perhaps you know this, but you're just the kind of person that likes to make everything worse, like putting huge globs of mayo on a perfectly good ham and cheese sandwich. If this is you, then your kitchen needs a mayo-free sign, but you know full well that won't be stopping you, so consider this a lesson learned.
Gotcha.
You are welcome. If you still don't comprehend this, well, I can only explain it to you. I can't understand it for you.
You're an inanimate fucking object!
What you might understand is the great deals you can find on AR parts and accessories at Durkin Tactical.
Thanks to our sponsor Durkin Tactical, your AR-15 superstore. You can find out more at durkintactical.com.
Second up, fittingly enough, is the myth that the Second Amendment only applies to muskets. What a loser take if there ever was one. Believing this just means you have more dick in your personality than you do in your pants. You make the WNBA look exciting. If this brain fart applies to you, then you couldn't find your way out of a maze even if the rats helped you out. Staying on the subject of your intellectual deficit, do you have any other ideas what weapons were available in the 1790s? My guess is probably not, because you don't have the attention span for a YouTube short, much less a history book. One word, buddy. Cannons. You know, those big guns?
Lois, I thought I heard a noise downstairs. Go stall him for 20 minutes and pray that it's not too damp in here.
If you were any dumber, making fun of you would get me on the news for committing a hate crime. In a country where you are free to be anything you want, you chose to be mediocre. If you disagree, you are free to tell me about it, but don't be a hypocrite and type your comment out on a computer or a phone. You will have to find parchment paper, a quill pen, and send it over horseback, and by the time I get it, well, you'll have forgotten all about it. Next up is one of my favorite myths of them all. Buying a gun is as easy as buying groceries, though I often daydream about going to the grocery store and picking up the latest, greatest new rifle that I read about on the ARFCOM forums, along with my favorite brisket to smoke. But sadly, that's not the case. Yet. Those of you who do believe this myth are a special type of gullible. You're the kind of person that is still looking up after your big brother told you gullible was written on the ceiling and would swear zombies are real. Not that zombies would ever bother you because they eat brains, so that of course means you were safe. Speaking of eating, the things that are sold in grocery stores are way more harmful than your irrational fear of firearms. So worry more about your cholesterol level and less about problems that don't even exist. You are the type of person with a fear of guns equal to accidentally opening your phone's front camera after an all-night bender and a random chick named Candy is lying next to you.
Jesus Christ, I think you have a fucking drug problem.
You know, being a male Karen is probably the reason why you're still single. My friend, it's time to make some changes in your life, and maybe your parents will be proud of you for once.
Big goof, I guess.
Now, we're proud of the support we get to keep making these videos from Spartan Armor Systems, so make sure to go check them out and support the people who support our channel. This video is sponsored by Spartan Armor Systems, makers of high-grade American-made body armor located in sunny Tucson, Arizona. From soft armor, composite, ceramic, and steel plate options, They've got a solution to your armor needs. You can find out more at SpartanArmorSystems.com. Have you ever heard the one about having a gun in your home is more likely to kill a family member than be used to save one?
Yup!
If you believe this, then I'm guessing you also believe your car isn't safe just because there are drunk drivers on the road. Yes, both have inherent dangers associated with them, but using the proper safety precautions and, honestly, some common sense can prevent these accidents from occurring. I'm not surprised you weren't aware of this because your parents clearly didn't take any safety precautions when they ended up having you, and to continue with the vehicle vernacular, you were probably born on the road because that's where most accidents happen.
What? Jesus! That was brutal.
You're the type of person that would end up cutting off your own finger using a drawing of a pair of scissors. Your IQ is lower than the average temperature in Alaska, and it shows every time you open your mouth. The only thing that would make sense about how you got like this is that you are a time traveler and went back in time and impregnated your own grandmother. On both sides. Yuck.
That's disgusting.
Are you the type of person that believes passing more laws solves all problems? If so, you're likely to support the myth that more gun laws will also stop crime. Now, I'm not a lawyer because those Christians that knocked on my door once have informed me that I do in fact have a soul, but I can say in confidence that an overwhelming amount of people who break the law already know they're breaking the law.
Well, duh.
You're the type of person surprised by most things, and not just a basic understanding of the legal system. You really thought those shitcoins you bought in 2020 were gonna buy you Lambos. Now, if we could only get those pesky criminals to buy into gun control laws, then I guess we'd be all set. I'm sure they will if you just ask them nicely. Don't like my sarcasm? Well, guess what, buddy? I don't like you're stupid. I get it. You want to turn all gun barrels into pretzels, but the only pretzel you should be concerned about is the one between your ears. While we're at it, why don't we just pass laws making it illegal to kill or harm people? You get where I'm going with this. I know, keep rolling your eyes, buddy. I get it. Sometimes it's difficult to listen to a contrary point of view, but if you keep rolling your eyes, you might actually find your brain, if it's there. Luckily, stupidity is not a crime, so you're free to go back to your mom's basement full of Domino's pizza boxes and continue to be a disappointment to her and the rest of society. You are the rock in the shoes of humanity. If you want more annoying nerds on the internet, come hang out with me on Twitch 7 days a week at Tundra Gaming Live, where I'll be live right when this video drops. A link will be in the pinned comments. All right, folks, I have saved the dumbest of dumb gun control myths for last.
Whoop-de-doo.
If this is what you believe, then you likely have fallen for all of the hoaxes and fake news. Perhaps turn off the cable news networks and stop reading the bathroom stalls at your dump of a hangout spot. Your friends would appreciate it. Oh, your friends. Now that is a myth I can believe in. I envy the people who have never met you.
Got him!
All right, let's get to it. And you've probably guessed it by now. That myth is nobody is demanding gun confiscation. Nobody except, the government. Who are they, right? Just the people that can lock you away for life. Please don't arrest me. Yes, our government is the best government in the world, and Joe Biden is a very, very smart and articulate person. Is that good enough? You put the gun away? Let's get real here, bud. You couldn't pour piss out of a boot if the directions were written on the heel, and the only way you'd be considered the smartest person on a planet is if Elon Musk stuffed you into his SpaceX rocket and launched your happy ass out into Mars. Though you still wouldn't be smarter than any of the Martians, and I'm not talking about the living ones, but just the rocks. Society would be happy to see you go, as you have been the pizza burn on the roof of the world's mouth. You make me wish I had more middle fingers for when I was there to tell your ass adios.
Daddy finger, where are you?
Congratulations, we've made it this far and nobody was hurt, except for your feelings, and you know who you are. If you enjoyed this video, leave a water gun emoji in the comment section down below. While you're down there, make sure you're subscribed and hit that like button to help us spread less mayo and more humor across the internet. Let's try to get to 2,000 likes in the first 24 hours, guys. Don't forget to join us next week when we still don't know what the fuck we're doing. Bye-bye.